Woo! De-engineering? Is that what we're going to... De-engineering?
Republicans deliver results.
Oh, fuck. She's going through one of these, like, what does red mean? R is for rhinos who fuck up everything. And D, we're all going to be dead if Biden stays in office. This sucks. I wrote this on a piece of paper. I got it. Shit. So stupid. Oh, good. I'm not even going to be able to.
So I am blessed to be one of your 3 Republican public utilities commissioners in South.
Thank God, Republicans have absolute control over public utilities here in the lower Dakotas, as we often call it, South Dakota. Unlike those big northerners up in North Dakota, even though South Dakota is technically walking distance to Canada, I still have a southern accent because it is technically a rural accent, as we bullshit ourselves that everybody talks like this everywhere, as long as you've got a school that you can see trees out the fucking window. And the worst thing about these other states is that they've only got 2 Republican public utilities commissioners, and that means, you know what that means? They got commie water. And when they turn on the tap, it's red. It's about it. Oh, thanks. This is good timing. Mark Meadows is the judge said Mark Meadows can't move his case to federal court. Yeah. I love fait accomplis.
Dakota.
It's woo! Because we all have to, because there aren't that many people here.
And in South Dakota,
we have 2 senators, even though we have fewer people than some areas around Chicago's airport.
every day I bring an additional red to the PUC.
I beg your pardon? That doesn't sound right. That's so you're bringing commies straight in, old-fashioned USSR. You're bringing the reds in. That's not good. Maybe she means uppers. Give her the benefit of the doubt.
I believe and I fight for you every day for.
I fight for you so that your toilets will flush. I go house to house with a broom handle, breaking up the gridlock in your shitters.
Reliable electricity.
Oh, you're in the Dakotas, asshole. There's a fucking giant nuclear base near you. The power's never gonna go out. Shut the fuck up.
Delivered.
Yeah, that's right. We bring electricity in a bucket. I bring it on down there myself. I'm walking around the neighborhood, good old-fashioned, homegrown electricity, milked straight from a nuclear cow, just shack, just lightning bolts coming out of them titties. Just rack, putting that lightning in a bucket, and I walk it on over to your house, and I fight every day to keep the grid functioning, even with the Republican cuts to the integrity of our... Fuck off.
And let me tell you...
Let me tell you what?
The White House and President Biden...
Oh my God, boo! Boo! President Biden wants the lights out in South Dakota. He just doesn't like us. Man, last night, did you hear the utility commissioner speak? I fucking love her. I think she's gonna be president one day. If, obviously she'd have to be like, I don't know, some other party or whatever, because we're Republicans, we're not gonna elect a woman, but you know what I mean? Like the president's She could work like for or near the president someday.
Their radical policies
Oh my God, they're such radicals.
on energy
Are allowing you to frack at the exact same rate, if not higher, that you previously were allowed to do so in this general area of South Dakota with the fucking
on fossil fuels and electricity are
and electricity. Yeah, it's not just that they hate fossil fuels; they just don't like light bulbs. And unlike Donald Trump, who wants to shove one up everyone's ass, you know, for safety.
shutting the lights off in South Dakota and across the U.S.
They how are they so you have you're the utility commissioner, are you? Do you have some sort of federal electric grid that we're not aware of, other than the military one that you leech off of and obviously helps run your state at a very on the cheap, because you don't have any fucking people? What?
So I am fighting for you to keep the lights on.
What if they want to turn them off? Why would you? What? Yeah! Keep the lights on until I'm going to bed, in which case I can turn them off.
So South Dakota,
If anybody asks you why we need 2 Dakotas, you tell them 3 little words. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why we need 2 Dakotas. I can't even tell them apart. If I was standing at the border, I wouldn't go, does it feel slightly north to you? Are we in North Dakota? I think this grass looks very northern Dakota to you. Is it? No, we are in South Dakota. Oh my God. I would have never known.
we need red values at the local level, at the state level,
And in the shitter.
and at the federal level. So
Boom. Okay. Here, real quick. If I may, let me jump to one little thing if I could. Let's see. South Dakota population. Ma'am. And then let me put this up. Let's see. I don't know. What's a good generalized area? Let's see. Joe. Okay, let's see. Let's just do straight up. It's a good comparative one. Let's just go Des Moines. Let's see what that is. Yeah. Whoops. Why did my earphone?
together,
Oh, be quiet, lady. I'm doing
let's
something.
make sure
Let's make sure that our state that has, if I may, I'm bringing this up, and I hate to do it, but it's true. Whoops. Brings that has 886,000 people in it. The whole state is about 3 times the size of Des Moines, Iowa. 3 Des Moines, and you have a whole South Dakota. Woohoo! Let's check in, shall we, on South Dakota. And we're starting to figure out why Trump might have gone to this place. Total population in July of 2022, 909,000. Population estimated based on April 1st, 2020, because they were fucking around, 886. They've grown 2% in the last little bit. people moving out into the sticks. It's all these northerners moving out there. 84% white. Something else, everybody else. 54,000 veterans. Compared to overall population, that's foreign-born 3%. That's pretty normal. It's not even low. Family arrangement, computer, internet use, 91%. Households with broadband, 85%. That's because there's like 3 fucking cities. Education, high school graduate, 92%. Bachelor's degree or higher, 30%. Health, disability, 7.9%. 11% without health insurance, 11% under 65, 11%. I don't know what this what's this guy? Can't prove it or something? Okay, economy. Civilian labor force, 67%. Civilian labor force, female. Population 16 plus years are 63%. Total accommodation, food services, 2 million. Total healthcare and social receipts revenue, 8 million. Maybe, is that a billion? Can I slide this over? Nope. Retail sales per capita is 16,000 per person. Total retail sales, 14 million. Not a lot going on. Median household income is 63, right at the American average. Per capita income in past 12 months, 33. So there's obviously a big difference between the people who work there and the people who, yeah. Total annual payroll, $18 million from the whole fucking state. $26 trillion economy in the United States, and these folks want to tell us all how to live because they're the size of 3 Iowas. Okay, now you were saying, and by the way, we'll just skip past her because we'll just get back up here. I don't know who this dude is.
Unlike the federal government, which has literally sunk us into a $30 trillion plus deficit,
of which $7 trillion is directly linked to the guy I'm about to introduce,
and growing every day.
No.
South Dakota balances
so is the by the way, so is the GDP of the United States, almost in parallel.
its budget every single year.
Yeah, it's easy when you have an entire state with 2 senators, giant fracking fields, huge military bases, and a population the size of fucking Santa Monica. We balance our budget every year. Gee, you don't say. Hold on one second. If I may. Dakota. Right near Rapid City. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. You got Ellsworth Air Force Base in Rapid City, South Dakota. That's a big one. U.S. state of South Dakota is home to Ellsworth Air Force Base and the 20th Bomb Wing. The wing is part of the 12th Air Force, is overseen by Air Combat Command. The base came into Rapid City Base between 1946 and 1953 when it became, let's just see, let me go in and jump into here. This is Ellsworth right here, ladies and gentlemen, if I may. Whoops, let me open this up here. There we go. Oh, get out of here. Not you, him, this one. Ellsworth Air Force Base in Rapid City, which is where most of the people in the state live. U.S. State 28th Bombing Wing went through 5 name changes. Final name was to honor Brigadier General Richard E. Ellsworth. He died when his plane, an RB-36 Peacemaker, crashed while on a training flight. Missions Unis is a fleet of bombers. It's got 283 units for housing. Dormitories. Department of Defense sponsors a website to help military personnel secure off-base housing. So they pay schools. Children who live on the on base or in Box Elder may attend schools in the Douglas Public School District. Those who live in Rapid City, its immediate surroundings, can enroll in Rapid City Area Schools District. There's plenty of stuff. There's photos of it, ladies and gentlemen. And then, if I may, give me one more second. Are there this is, by the way, South Dakota might be the place that we all go to when we buy the nuclear site. This is the Minuteman Historical Site. This is in South Carolina. Yeah. Quit it. Not that page, silly. This one. The Minuteman missiles all came out of there, and this is one of them. Current operating conditions, they're not open. I mean, they're not working, obviously. Face mask optional warning about GPS. Vehicle navigation systems and GPS units may provide inaccurate information, sending drivers the wrong way on one-way roads, leading them to dead-end and remote areas, or sending them on roads which are impassable. Use the internet exits for wayfinding, because there's still military shit there that will shut that shit down. The park status, there you go. This is if you want to visit sunny, balmy South Dakota, this would be the place. As featured on Visit Rapid City, be a junior missileer. That's right, get a little turtle that'll teach you how to nuke your friends. Minuteman Missile NHS Junior Missileer. You can get that if you want to. Was this page helpful? No, because I can't be a junior missileer. I consider myself a senior missileer. Visit a nuclear missile site at Delta 09 in your own South Dakota rubber suit. Yeah. That's one of the national parks up there. That's good times. So, fun fact, South Dakota gets back $1.21 for every dollar in taxes. Yeah. That was kind of where I was getting with this whole like military spending thing. Area 69. I'm not going there. Do not kiss the turtles there. They glow in the dark. They're the only glow in the dark turtles anywhere. Okay, we'll jump ahead with that's the treasurer. Then this guy is the South Dakota Attorney General. He's now up. Ooh. They love this guy.
And we're the party that understands what our veterans have done and how important our military is, and we respect them and we support them.
Yeah, unless they get a job working for the Capitol Police, in which case, fuck them. And also, Trump was going to leave them in Afghanistan forever.
Friends, 2024 is our time. May God bless you, and may God bless our great state. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks. And don't forget to stop by down at the office there downtown, and I'll see if I can get you in a nice little softback ranch. Something with a little shack for you, that kind of thing. Of maybe not so much a place where you're going to have a head of cattle or something, because it's a little underwhelming from a geographic standpoint. But you move in there, and you bring the family up for a weekend.
Please welcome to the stage South Dakota Lieutenant Governor Larry Roden.
Not Larry Roden. Holy shit! Friends.
Well, howdy.
I love pretending to be a cowboy.
How cool is this?
It's very cool. It's incredibly cool. It's I don't know why there are teleprompters there. Trump doesn't need them. What kind of weakling are you? Why are these people? I'm kidding. They're not even allowed to use them. Those are for Trump.
I am so excited here once again to welcome President Trump back to the state of South Dakota.
Nothing like a small slice of people from a small state that gets by on federal assistance, like that. The amount of joy they feel when they talk to Donald Trump.
So it's been
you got a pretty mouth.
entertaining just the last couple of days watching some of the national media and the liberal talking heads that are trying to, put a rationale and put a negative spin on Trump visiting South Dakota. Like, what?
Nobody is doing that other than, nobody gives a fuck, dummy. The national media is not going, oh, dear God. If he goes to South Dakota, that means he could come here. What?
Why would he visit South Dakota? Or even our in-state political science professor from...
whatever that place is. Yeah. Rapid City, I don't give a fuck.
Aberdeen,
Yeah, that place, wherever the guy, the dude from Scotland, but that's not.
Northern State. He was grousing, well, that is his quote.
Wait, from North Dakota?
He says, it's not like it would be at the top of my list to travel to South Dakota if I were Donald Trump. National reporters doing the same. Well, that
No. I think they're pointing out the fact that he shouldn't have to go to a place like South Dakota that's so fucking blood red at their own expense. Again, an entire state that lives off the tit of the federal government and tax dollars from blue states that they shit on all the time. Never mind that fact. What he means is, why the fuck does Donald Trump have to go to South Dakota and have a rally at all? These people are going to vote for him anyways. Why would you be wasting your time? And I'll tell you why. This is exactly why he's going, and why it's not in theory, a waste of his time, is because he's not really welcome anywhere else. This is one of the few states where he hasn't, had a rally and refused to pay the security bills and shit like that, where he can actually go back.
That's funny, because I know the answer to that question.
Great.
You see, think about it.
I'm trying. Just give me the fucking answer. You know the answer. Just say it.
This is President Trump's third trip to South Dakota in the last 5 years.
Wow. Some people who live here haven't been here that much. Yeah, again, why does he have to shore up his vote in South Dakota?
President Trump knows for a fact in his heart of hearts.
The kidney is a very important part of the heart. I just want to remind everyone
That South Dakota is the freest state in a nation built on the principles of freedom.
Well, there's a lot of open land. I think serial killers will tell you it's a great place to just dump bodies because they will never be found. It's so free, we don't have enough people to even warrant the kind of cops we would need to even get after some of the shenanigans that people go on. Up here, you can have gay abortions while burning a flag, reading pornographic material to the child of your choice, because we are free even when it sucks. How free are we talking? So you don't convict anybody of any crimes? You can just do whatever the fuck you want in South Dakota? That sounds, I don't know, it just doesn't sound smart.
And he's a freedom-loving American. Why wouldn't he want to be in South Dakota?
Right. Why wouldn't you be in a state where we can have as much political corruption as we want because nobody even has the fucking funds? We'd have to go to the federal government and ask for money to go after our criminal legislators here. I mean, the chances, I'd be shocked if we even could afford extradition. We couldn't even afford the fucking bus ticket to send somebody to the FBI station in where the fuck, maybe, I don't know, Minnesota?
You know, for me, as Lieutenant Governor, it's just been such an incredible experience.
Great. I'm very happy for you, Lieutenant.
For the last 5 years, to see what we've went through.
Can you be the Sergeant Governor before you become the Lieutenant Governor? I want to be Sergeant Governor.
Through as a state and a nation, the adversity and the conflict and all the issues and COVID.
Yeah, all the stuff and the things and the disease and that we don't believe is real.
And I was thinking about it the other day.
I don't doubt it, because feet up on your desk, did you? Passing the time while there wasn't a lot of lieutenant governing to do in South Dakota.
And through that adversity, we found opportunity.
Yeah, that's a bad sales point. Back away. No, this is you can't use the idea that Democrats won't let a crisis go to waste bullshit line. All right, never mind.
We found the opportunity.
to get to cull some of our herd, and you know how I
as a
mean
state to demonstrate to the nation what adhering to our Christian conservative principles and the understanding that our rights are given to us by God and not by government, and we have no authority to take them away.
That's right. God wants us to ignore traffic signals because the government put them there. And we just close our eyes and say, praise Jesus, and just blaze through every intersection and seatbelts, fuck that. The Lord tells me if the Lord goes, wear a fucking seatbelt, I will put one on. Okay, hold on. Are they already there? We're going to skip ahead in this nonsense. Is he in there yet? I don't know. Who the fuck is this? The chairman of the South Dakota GOP. Okay.
Tonight, it's my honor to once again host Governor Kristi Noem and President Donald Trump in Rapid City, South Dakota.
As opposed to Slowpoke, South Dakota? As where else? Where else are there people? Hold on. I got to check something real quick. And I pardon me for doing this. Let's see. There it is. There's the generalized census thing. We get this up here. That's that population number. And then I want to go over here and I want to go to Rapid City. The population. There you go. 76,184 people. It's a bustling metropolis. Sorry, 78,824 according to the generalized census. 49% female. Mostly, 19% are over 65. 22% are under 18, 6% are under 5. So the majority of people are between 18 and 65. 78% white. 9% native, because that's the native, that's the area. I think there's an overlap with the, and I don't know if they're counting the natives in the area that are on reservations as part of the population of South Dakota overall. That's another question point. 79,000 people, and boy, it's just a bustling crowd of people there, all 1,000 of them it's just, he keeps pulling in the giant crowds in Rapid City, South Dakota.
Last 3 years, I've watched Minnesota liberal policies burn the state and the Twin Cities down.
Yeah, rip Minneapolis, rip St. Paul, rip Portland. They don't exist anymore. Hold on one second, if I may. Let me check something. Just to think for a second. Let's go to. Let's go. Let's see. Maybe I could do Minneapolis, St. Paul. Let's see. It is okay. Yeah, the general Minneapolis St. Paul area. Let's see, population is population. Try to go to the European settlement. Geography, climate. Communities, 15 counties, 13. Yeah, 4 million people in the Minneapolis St. Paul area, or as I like to call it, 4 South Dakotas. Yeah. Oh, and I'll show you that one actually. Hold on one second. Minneapolis St. Paul population. Where is it? Here you go. Population density. Here you go. This guy right here, just, it's fun. There you go. Minneapolis, St. Paul population, about 3.69 million people in 2021 in the Minneapolis, St. Paul metro area. That's just the inside of the city, about 4 million in the ancillary areas outside, including where the casinos are and other shit like that. 95.4% are citizens, 10% being foreign born, which means only half of those folks are, I guess, are either, well, those are foreign born citizens, or maybe aren't, or whatever, so a mix of whatever. Area has a strong diversified economy, excellent education system, high quality of life. Area covers about 7,000 square miles, the density of 523 people per square mile. It's also where fucking Prince is from, so watch yourself. Yeah, so this guy, just so you know, this guy right here is the whatever, the chairman of the GOP for a state that has a quarter the population of the Minneapolis-St. Paul city area, not the state of Minnesota. But tell me again about their liberal values.
With Democrat leadership from the top down, and don't get me started on their government.
Oh, I'm going to get you started.
Governor, please.
Please don't get me. Hello. Do not get me started. I can't take it.
Their progressive majority has destroyed the great state of Minnesota.
It's gone. Minnesota is just destroyed. It is. Let's see. Well, let's check its population and its economic outlook. Population 5.71 million. Over 5 times the population of South Dakota. Let's take a look at their median income and all that fun stuff. Why not? Huh? Try to do that, you prick you. There you go. 5,700,000 people in Minnesota. And let's see, where we go. Let's go down here to people under 5, and females are 49%. It's almost identical population-wise. 82% white, 7% black. More white people, by the way, by percentage in Minnesota than in South Dakota. So what the fuck? Whatever. I'm surprised these assholes aren't moving there immediately. All right. Median income. Let's see. Medium. Let's see. That's housing. Computer internet use, almost identical. Education, more bachelor's degree, about 7% higher number of bachelor degrees. 93% high school graduation in the state, again higher than South Dakota. Let's see, income. Median household is $77,000 a year. It's actually higher even across the rural parts of the state, including those. That's interesting. Per capita income is $41,000. That's higher than South Dakota. So your average person in Minnesota, if it's a jump ball between South Dakota and Minnesota, as far as you like where you're going to get the best odds at having a salary closer to, I guess, reality and your needs, Minnesota's your bet. 9% of the population's in poverty of their in Minnesota, which is below the 11% that's in South Dakota. Total employer established 152,000. Total annual payroll 166 million in thousands, so a billion. 166 billion. Population by square mile is 71. Again, most of the population density is in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. But I mean, sorry, I shouldn't have even brought up RIP Minnesota. The whole fucking state's just done for. It's dead. There's nothing there. Here you go.
This last year, I've watched as the liberal Democrats in the state's leadership passed abortion until birth.
No, they didn't. In the case of rape, incest, and the life of the mother, but the life of the mother part is the only part that comes up to the quote-unquote birth, and that's for non-viable fetuses.
They decriminalized drugs, even have gone.
They did? Which one?
As far as calling Minnesota the new liberal utopia. In less than 90 days, their state legislature completely restructured the state of Minnesota to fit their liberal Democrat agenda. But just 200 miles away from the Minnesota border in Pierce, South Dakota, we tell a very different story.
Pierce? Pierce, South Dakota? Pierce? Is that what he's saying? Pierce, South Dakota. Is that what he's talking about? Oh, Pierre, South Dakota? Is that what? Oh, the capital city. Yeah. Yeah, tell us that story, buddy. Tell us the story of Pierre, South Dakota. The city of the capital city is a beautiful, angelic place that looks like, I think, the set for Reacher, if I'm not mistaken. If anybody watched the Reacher series, that's what it looks like. Pierre, capital city of U.S. state of South Dakota. How much? What's that population again, dummy? What's that? 14,091. Woo! How do you keep all those people together? Christ. What do you just have hand out deep fried Snickers and call it a day? 14,000 fucking people in your capital city. Come back when your state has to manage a group of people that's bigger than some college graduating classes. Yeah, tell them. Oh, it's
Thanks to the leadership from Governor Kristi Noem and
who's more than capable of talking to half of those people.
Republicans in the state legislature, we have kept South Dakota free. We have kept
free from what?
South Dakota safe. From
what? Population growth?
And we have kept South Dakota open.
Dude, you can go downtown. Everybody can go downtown and be 6 feet away from everybody. You have 14,000 fucking people.
Republicans have made South Dakota the best state in the nation to live, work, and raise your family
without ever having to run into another soul.
Your way.
Alone. Deeply, profoundly, and sadly alone.
To live the way our founding fathers intended.
In the woods. Dude, I gotta say, calm the fuck down. Knock it off. You have a completely manageable, gigantic space with nobody in it. Stop acting like you figured out a way to govern the population of China on a shoestring. Shut the fuck up. You have 2 senators for a place that has 1/5 the population of Minnesota.
In my time in the state legislature, we've cut taxes and red tape. We passed constitutional carry with the nation's strongest self-defense laws.
Yeah, because you could walk outside and just fire randomly and never hit anyone. Motherfucker, people who live in cities where there are a lot of people, stray bullets are a fucking thing. What do you think Obama was talking about? It was like when pro-gun and anti-gun activists are talking past at cross purposes. This is what he's talking about. Nobody gives a rat fuck about the gun laws in South Dakota, dummy. There's nobody around. Shoot all you want. Nobody gives a shit. People who live in cities or near cities or in suburbs with lots of people in them are a bit concerned that people who pop off in their apartment or do themselves in with a gun might miss the first time and a stray bullet will cascade through the window, go across the street, and knock your fucking cornflakes out of your hands. Yeah, Queens in New York City has 2.25 million people. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck these guys are patting themselves on the back for. It's like, imagine if I, growing up in Peeks Mill, Kentucky, before I had moved to Chicago, before I had moved to Los Angeles, before I'd been, was like, I know how to run a country. I know how to get things done. Because as the assistant to the assistant scoutmaster of Peeks Mill, Kentucky, a place with, at the time, 46 people who were, for the most part, soundly not really miserable most of the time, we were able to keep our general store open on a fairly regular schedule, even on Sunday after church when we passed a rule that it shouldn't open until afterwards because everybody will just sit on the fucking rusty deck chairs out in front of the place. Okay, fast forward to live. I know I'm jumping ahead. Like, all right. Nope.
Thank God for God.
That's magic. That's magic. Fucking what?
And he brings up an awesome point. You know, we love President Trump. We love Kristi Noem. We love a number of conservatives out there. But thank God for as much as I could.
Absolutely. God's first. Always.
You know, we love President Trump. We love
Right,
Kristi
but
Noem.
we
We
love-
love a number of
but-
conservatives out there. But thank God for God.
Thank God for God. How are you not hitting yourself with a skillet right now? Thank God for God. What are you talking about? And also, they're playing Sinead O'Connor in the background. You do realize she would have fucking hated Trump, right? What in the world? Oh, dear. She's not overlaid, is she?
All right. We want to thank one of our sponsors, Birch Gold. Always a
We gotta thank Birch Gold, which gets a free pass on the fact that we're playing Nothing Compares to You in the back of this. What's she wearing? It's a traditional South Dakota tablecloth. They're from the tablecloth antelope that roam free. It's something you wouldn't know anything about. Okay. And obviously there are some hunting rules. You can only take one down every 6 years, and there's a long waiting list. Don't even try to get on it. And you sit in the duck blind. You sit inside a blind duck. You find it's a long process. You find a duck that is either blind or blind one yourself if you're Don Jr. And then you wear it as a hat, and then you must fire in any direction, attempting to strike the tablecloth antelope. And if you hit it, your entire family is allowed to eat its liver while you skin it and dry it and tan it. And then you can make, a couple of raincoats or awkward hats.
pleasure having Birch Gold here with us.
It is so good.
Because of the weather. Because of the weather. No numbers from interactive polls. No numbers from interactive.
I'm doing that. That's annoying. I just can't have the song playing in the background, these assholes. Nothing compares to you. See, now I like that song, and it's making me mad that they like this is. I'm just saying it's not surprising that they're playing. If they are playing a song of hers, that's the one they're playing. While they just shit on Minnesota and Minneapolis in particular, they're playing a Prince song sung by a woman who would have torn up a picture of Donald Trump on television and told him to go fuck himself. And I'm not shocked at all that they're not playing Black Boys on Mopeds. Just saying, as Sinead songs go. Just kind of stands out. They can't ruin that song. There's nothing they can do. They can they can play all these fucking. They haven't even ruined the fucking Village People for me.
We'll be back in session. Government shutdown is looming, and so it's very important to look at all of
It's not looming. It is not looming. There's no looming going
the
on.
details of this spending bill, this legislation that's in place. Some GOP member says they're not voting because Marjorie Taylor Greene, the state rep from Georgia, introduced these articles of impeachment against Joe Biden back in May, and basically is saying, if we don't get the backing for this, I'm not voting for anything that comes to this spending legislation. So there's a lot on the table come Tuesday.
Great. Yeah. I think you should keep working this whole not voting angle. I think that should be the general. If you're looking for an addition to the platform, he's going to speak at 10 Eastern? The fuck? I'm not sticking around for this shit. 10 o'clock Eastern? Jesus Christ. Look at this huge gap in the crowd right here. You're gonna make these motherfuckers wait that much longer? All right, here's what's gonna happen. It's 5 o'clock. Tell you what I'm gonna do, because I love you guys. That's 7 o'clock my time. That's in 2 hours. I'm gonna bug out, feed myself, and then I'm gonna pop back on when this dipshit is supposed to be on. How do you like them apples? And Boston Brian, if you feel like joining me for that, let me know. And I'm, even though I have radio tomorrow and a long drive ahead of me after radio, as I head down to Phoenix to see Metallica. Super exciting. So hang out, go, fix yourself some snacks or whatever. Get ready, and we'll deal with this dickhead when he comes out. What do you think? And then I don't have to sit here and listen to this woman sell gold while copyright strikes play in the background. Yeah? 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 All right, I'll be back. I adore you, and I wish I could squeeze you all into one pretty woman and show you.